showdown. A rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here's the handoff. He picks it up, still on his feet. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous balance, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Slings it downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, running back on the move. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Right back to the well. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you, but let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love now, Jesse. How do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Back to pass, it's Reed. He's got it on the move. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
Well, they caught the defense off guard with that play right there. Here they are in field goal range. It's 3rd and short. You know, the odds say it's going to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They get a big play now setting up 1st and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. On the move. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Well, the offense just trying to be physical down here at the 1-yard line, trying to run the football into the end zone, but they just got beat up front, now setting up 4th.
And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back to throw. It's Manning. Flips it out on the screen. There he goes. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense, but the defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
He's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can you do it against the Georgias? Can you do it against the big boys in the SEC?
A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And the Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Zings it complete to the right. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Reed. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Did Beaver really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's first birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many.
Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The give from the gun. He breaks the tackle. Oh, it's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble. But, man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Bussey. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking for a man, it's Reed. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You've got to give your QB some time. You've got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Moss. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Texas offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense.
He lofts one down the sideline. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Manning. He's looking deep. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Flips it out to the back. Jukes his way for more.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
And the Longhorns are flying down the field. He'll pull it down. Past the 30. Finds a crease at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
That's a great job by the wide receiver understanding where the first down marker is. Don't mess around. Don't run 2 yards short. Get to the first down, catch the football, move the sticks, and get an extra set of downs.
Finds his man. It's Concepcion. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. The inside handoff. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
It's picked off, and that's number 10, bringing it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Got him downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Got it in the middle. It's Craver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Under fire. He'll turn and throw back right, a dangerous idea. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And the defense makes a big play, and you could see the quarterback. Once he bought time, started to roll to his left, the defense all reacts, comes to that side of the field, breaks on the football. He couldn't put enough mustard on it because he was running to his left. Defense takes advantage, forces the interception.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, running back gets to give.
And you want to run the... That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Cricket.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Oh, they're after him. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Reed. The screen, and watch out. Still on his feet at the 45. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
The throw, quickly to the tight end. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
Quick completion on the out. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Pressure coming. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Using his legs, it's Moss. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on second and goal. They want to run this quarterback. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run it here on third and goal. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Their hope for a touchdown going by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. He won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. To the air, it's Reed. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Finds his man down the middle. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The Aggies getting set on 1st and 10. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Reed. Got it behind the line. It's Bussey. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. And this quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Fires left. It's caught downfield. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the brain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Here's the pressure. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Got some room to run. The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Longhorns!
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you That guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off, there was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
To the air, it's Reed. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab for a big play. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggies.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Texas A&M 10. Texas.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. The lone back's got it. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air on second down. Now he's going to break the pocket. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's the guy the Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Grab near the marker, it's Washington. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the Longhorns are on the move. They'll move the wide receiver. Now on the move. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? And the Aggies are in the hurry-up.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. There he goes. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Defensively, you'll take the slow day. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was, could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game. And that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Oh, he's got a chance. Touchdown, Texas! And the beatdown has ensued. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the quarterback, feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Texas A&M going quickly.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Craven. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He's open on the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
White 18, Rocky switch. White 18, Rocky switch.
Wants to keep it in the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Bussey. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. Lost to fire on second down. The screen, he's got wheels. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Dances away to buy time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw...
Touchdown, Aggie! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Third and goal situation, and as a quarterback, you're thinking, I got to find Mr. Dependable. Who is that? It's always the tight end. He does a nice job on the route. He's a really big target. That was a smart decision by the quarterback, and it ends up being a touchdown.
He'll get in there as they draw 2 points closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll give it to him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
To the air, it's Manning. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the cornerback, seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
Makes the catch. It's Moore. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. Snap to the up man, it's a fake. And the gamble works in their favor this time as they pick up the first down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
Plows through the defense. He has the first and still on his feet. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the pummeling has started. Horns are up, and the eyes of Texas are focused on building the lead against the Aggies.
And the Horns are capturing this momentum. Listen, a lot of angst, a lot of nervousness early in the game, Palmer. But now Texas in this rivalry game taking over.
Yeah, you're right. Hook 'em right now. They're just enforcing their will in this game. They're the more physical team at this point. Texas A&M, they've got an uphill battle here.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Texas A&M going up tempo.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Back to throw, it's Reed. That's caught, it's Bussey. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Looking down the middle. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Moss. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They just keep firing. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Finds his tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. Trying to keep the drive alive. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. From that spot on the field, you're going to go for 4th and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that 4th and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this, and listen, let's play some offense. Let's have high octane. Let's put some points on the board. We're not kicking field goals. We're not punting. We're trying to score touchdowns.
And the pass is broken up incomplete. But wait, there's more. Flag on the field, and it might be against the offense. And now on second down for this offense. To throw, it's Reed. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moss. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to...
Breaks into the open. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
All right, let's get it. Fight.
Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. To the end zone and is picked off.